I have a gift for you.
That's it?
Pick one. Sam, pick one. Pick one. Take it. Here you go. I pulled another one. You can have it. Show everybody what you got. There you go. I pulled another one, so you can have it.
Thanks, appreciate it. Hello, this is Team ToooBananas coming at you with the final color of Destroyer Kings. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. The video will be in the description of this video for a chance to win the Broly or the Gogeta promo. You still have until around Valentine's Day, whatever that Friday is, but we'll get straight into the red. Looking at it, looks pretty cool that your leader is Goku and Vegeta. Kind of dope, I'm not gonna lie. 10,000, just like every other leader. Saiyan, but it is a Goku BR and Vegeta BR. Sadly, you can't use those cool Vegeta and Goku extra cards that we do not have for red. Okay, going into the effect, active main once per turn. Choose one red Sun Goku BR or red Vegeta BR card from your hand and place it in your drop area. Draw 2 cards, then choose one card in your life add to your hand. What's really cool about this effect is that you do not need to attack to trigger the effect, so if you want to keep your opponent from awakening, this is perfect. And since Cell is basically dead, this is... honestly, there's nothing stopping you from using this effect and taking full advantage of it. Next, we go into SSB Gogeta Fusion Perfected. It is 15,000. The character name does change to Gogeta BR. Auto, when this card attacks, draw 1 card. Activate battle. Once per turn, choose 1 red card from your hand and place it in your drop area. If there are 2 or more red Son Goku BR and 2 or more red Vegeta BR cards in your drop area, and it's your turn, your opponent can't activate counter skills with energy 2 or more for the duration of the turn. And this card gains 500 power plus double check for the duration of his turn. What's really cool about this is that this card does not have to attack to trigger the active battle effect, so something else can attack, trigger the effect, and no more Mafuba, things like that, which is pretty cool. I think this leader is pretty dope. I've only kind of seen it when I've been on the page, so I've never actually read it before. Definitely liking the card already. Let's get into the next. Ooh, Frieza. So I have heard a little bit about this card. A lot of people are talking about it at the shop, and a lot of people are talking about it online. Looks pretty cool. It is a Frieza, so this is the second, I believe, red Frieza army leader. Feels like Frieza army is going more towards the red, which is kind of cool. It's 10,000 power permanent. You cannot include battle card energy cost of 3 or less in your deck, which means no super combos and a lot of your low drops. So it seems like this is an extra. You gotta find something early to play, so it's probably extra cards. Active main once per turn. Look at the up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 extra card among them and add to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So this deck is going to be heavily reliant on the red extra cards. Awaken, when your life is 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this over. Probably makes sense. You're not really going to be summoning too much and things like that. This leader seems more control based, so drawing 2 would be much better than untapping mana. That looks really cool. I like the little background. Looks like a weird little ghost thing. Obviously it's energy, but it reminds me of the little hollows from Dark Souls 1 when you're doing the Taurus DLC or whatever. You see those little creepy ass things walking towards you. Kind of funny. 15,000 powers. Keeps the same thing. Frieza BR, all that other stuff. Active main, once per turn, draw 1 card. So for this leader, to draw the card, you do not need to attack, which is kind of cool. When this card is attacked by a battle card, you may choose 1 red Frieza army card from your hand and place it in your drop area. If you do negate the attack, and this skill is negated for the duration of the turn. That's really cool because you can discard 1 of your high-end Frieza cards and negate the attack, which is amazing. Unlike the other ones, the Janemba, that is 1 blue card and it's duration of the game, and the Bardock, which is critting yourself alive. Honestly, out of all 3 negates, this to me is the best. Really cool. Definitely seen a lot of fun things down with it. Harmonic Energy SSB Son Goku is a 3-drop, 10,000 power, sparking 3. When you play this card from your hand, look at the up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 red Vegeta BR among them and play in rest mode, and shuffle your deck. So good for Vegito. No, can't use Vegeta. Never mind, lad. Ignore that. Active main once per turn. This card gets 10,000 power and can attack active battle cards for the duration of the turn. During the turn, return this card to the other hand. That's kind of cool. You don't want a 10k just sitting there. But for 3 mana, you get a 20k self-protection and you summon a free creature, which is dope. So yeah, doesn't even say a cost on it. Choose up to one red Vegeta BR from among them and rest. That's pretty dope actually. So any red Vegeta BR you can summon. So if there's any broken ones later on, get a free summon out of it. Preemptive Strike, SSG Son Goku. It is a 2-drop, auto sparking 2. When you play this card, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Choose one Gogeta BR or red Vegeta BR card among them, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. Then if you add a card to your hand, choose one card from your hand and place in the drop area. So if you do actually search something, you do have to discard something, so it kind of doesn't gain you a plus. This card gains 5,000 from the duration of the turn. Active main. At the end of your turn, return this card to the owner's hand. Not that cool, I guess. I guess it's kind of cool because you do have a searcher, but you don't gain a +1 off of it. So it's not that cool, but I could definitely see how this card could be good in the deck. Son Goku prepping for fusion. It is a 1-drop 10,000, so that's pretty cool. So there's 1-drop vanilla 10,000s. This thing is straight up 10,000 with an effect. So it already seems pretty good for a 1-drop. When you play this card, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose one Deku BR or red Vegeta BR card among them, add to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Then at the end of your turn, return this card to the owner's hand. So this card I actually think is really good for the deck, the way it seems like it's doing. It's a 1-drop of 10,000. You can do some damage, goes back to your hand, and you could basically draw one. So it does replace itself, but it goes back to your hand anyways, so eventually you can just charge this card if you no longer need it. Support attacks on Goten. This is just your super combo, 10,000. It is a Son Goten BR, which kind of sucks, because I definitely think the Trunks childhood and the Goten kind of need a little bit more support for their cards, like the Vegetos, the Goten, things like that. But it is what it is. Super combo, draw one. Harmonic Energy SSB Vegeta. 3-drop, 10,000. Sparking 3. Switches card to rest mode. So you can't trigger the effect if you summon with the Goku on the turn. Something that sucks. Look up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to one red Son Goku BR card among them and play it. Then shuffle your deck. So this kind of does the exact opposite. Kind of the same thing that Goku does, except for you have to tap this creature to use the effect. Active main. But you also don't have to play. You use the effect when you play it too. So if you can somehow put one on top of your deck, that'd be cool too. Active main. Once per turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignore a barrier, gains a minus 10,000 for the duration of the turn. At the end of your turn, return this card to the owner's hand. So this probably isn't a good target to summon with the Goku, which even though they have the same names, they probably shouldn't be summoned together unless you want to neg them with the 10k. You won't get to attack with the thing. So Preemptive Strike SSG Vegeta. 2-drop 10,000. Sparking 2. When you play this card, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose one Gogeta card or Son Goku BR card among them and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Then if you added a card to your hand, choose up to one card from your hand, place in the drop area. Seems like the same thing as the Goku before. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, no barrier. It gains minus 5k for the duration of the turn. So it seems like the Goku and the Vegeta are kind of similar in some aspects, but they have their own take on it, so you're not playing the exact same card. It's kind of cool. Vegeta prepping for fusion. So it seems like this is just as good as the 1-drop as I said prior. When you play this card, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose one Veku BR or Son Goku BR card among them and add it to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Then at the end of your turn, return this card to the other's hand. Not bad. Support Trunks. Support deck Trunks. So just like before, this is a youth Trunks and it's BR, which kind of sucks. Wish it was not the BR. At the end of a battle in which you combo with this card from your hand during your opponent's turn, if your leader is red, play this card in rest mode. That's kind of cool. It's like a shitty Vegeta in a sense. When you play this card, choose up one of your opponent's battle cards against 5,000, minus 5,000 for the duration of the turn. Bulma from the sidelines. 1-drop 1,000. When you play this card, if there is a Saiyan card in your battle area, draw 2 cards. Then choose 2 cards from your hand and place them in the drop area. I guess this would be cool if you're trying to fill your overwhelm, but you're kind of negging one by playing this card. It does how you filter through stuff, but I don't know, maybe there's really good effects that allow you to play things from your discard. Vacuum contents under pressure. Content under pressure. 3-drop 15,000. Union. Fusion. Red Son Goku and red Vegeta BR. So you just free summon basically. You just discard 2, get this card. This card can attack battle cards that are in active mode. That's pretty cool. When this card is played, you can't play Veku contents under pressure for the rest of the turn. Place this card in the owner's drop area. If your leader is a red Saiyan card, choose up to 1 Son Goku card BR. When it's from your drop area, add to your hand. So you basically play this card for free, attack something, blow it up, get the 2 cards back. That's actually really cool, because in Pan, you can summon this, turn 1 for free, swing at something, draw a card, put the 2 back in your hand. So that's really cool, because it just says Red Saiyan, Pan's a Red Saiyan. So I definitely think this could be good in Pan. I don't know, I'm not a Pan professional, but this could be really cool in there. Veku the Fragile. Not a bad card. Looks super scrawny. This is another failed fusion of theirs. 3-drop 10,000. Union Fusion, same cost as the one before. When you play this card, Veku the Fragile, you can't play another one. So when you play this, just like the other one, you can't play another one. Active main, place this card in the end of drop area. If your leader is a Red Saiyan, choose up to 1 Red Son Goku and 1 Red Vegeta BR. From your dropper at your hand, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and -10 for the duration of the turn. So it does semi the same thing as the Vegeta, as the other Veku, except for the other one's 5k stronger. So you wouldn't be able to draw off the pan off this one, but you can nade something 10k, so possibly killing something. So that's the downside. Do you want something that's 5k stronger, or do you want to kill something? So that's both. I think both are really cool. The fact that they did the fusions or whatever. Gogeta Unparalleled Fusion Warrior. So I do like the way this card looks. It is 6-drop, 4 red mana, 25,000. It is double strike. You can pay 4 red mana, draw 2 cards, and then you get rid of a red Son Goku BER and a red Vegeta BR, which is really cool. So you basically pay this for 2 less mana and you break even. A permanent, you can't play this card from any area unless your leader is a Saiyan card, and it is red and no other color. This card cannot be KO'd and can attack battle cards that are in active mode. That's really cool. This card seems like it has amazing protection. It can't be KO'd. It can be negged. It doesn't have barrier. So it can't be killed by battle, but it can be like, you can death ball it with the baby. So I definitely think this is a really cool effect. Once per turn, when this card attacks a battle card, switch this card to active mode. That's really good. So you can swing into something, possibly kill it, and then restand it. So this is basically like the new Jiren. You know what I mean? The Jiren from set 2. It's a 4-drop, 20k double strike. Attack something becomes 30,000. This is basically, in my opinion, a better version of that, because it has more protection in it. It's stronger, and you're drawing 2 cards off of it, which is really cool. Definitely something I want to get my hands on, but I'm not super focusing on this. I might build the deck, but who knows. Piccolo 2-drop 20k. I'm definitely going to get these card foils. Foil, as you know, I am a big fan of Piccolo, though it does suck that it's Piccolo BR. So any special Piccolo things that you had for the creatures don't matter, but it doesn't matter. It's cool vanilla. Frieza the Finisher. It is a 7-drop, 25,000 double strike. So this is probably a card you're going to run in the new Frieza leader card. There are 5 or more red extra cards in your drop area. Reduce the energy of this cost by 1. If there are 10 or more cards in your drop area, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by an additional 1. So it basically becomes a 5-drop. If you have a shit ton. If you don't warp things away. When you play this card, if your leader card is red, Frieza Army, choose all of your battle cards with 25,000. Choose all battle cards with 25,000 power or less. Other than this card, ignore Bear and KO them. This card's really fucking cool. It's basically your fucking board wipe. Since you're playing virtually nothing, no creatures whatsoever early on, your opponents may have a huge fucking board. And so this is a good board wipe for killing most creatures. You can't kill things like 30,000 higher, so you can't kill Gogeta with it, but you definitely can kill other stuff with protection, which is really fucking cool. For 5 mana too, which is dope. Definitely see this card being played. Maybe not though, but I definitely think this card is really cool in that specific deck, since you do need 10 or more extra cards, red extra cards. I don't see it playing in any other deck, because not many decks play that many extra cards, especially you can't warp them, but definitely see the really cool card in that deck. Berry Blue, the Negotiator. 5-drop, 19,000. Holy fuck. When you play this card, if your leader is a red Frieza Army card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 25,000 or less power on barrier and gain control of it. Holy fuck, this card is actually really fucking good. You basically, you don't untap the creature, which is whatever, but you just steal their fucking creature. So if they have any really good blockers on board, it is now yours for 5 mana. Pretty motherfucking dope. Quick Shift Berry Blue, so it does the same, as you can already tell since it has a Quick Shift name, it's going to do the exact same thing as all the other Quick Shifts. 4-drop, 20,000, 1 mana, 10,000. When you combo this card, if your leader is red, you may choose 2 cards from your hand and shuffle them into your deck. If you do so, draw 2 cards. So I can definitely see this card being played in Hercule, because you play this card, draw 1, then you put 2 cards back and draw 2. So that's really cool. Loyal Kinko is a 4-drop, 10,000, so it fits in the whole Frieza theme. When you play this, when you play or combo with this card, if your leader card is red Frieza Army card, choose up to 1 extra red card in your drop area into your hand. This is actually really fucking cool because it allows you to recycle your red extra cards. Hopefully we'll get some for other colors, but I definitely see this as a way to recycle all your fucking really good extra cards, because obviously you may be limited on what extra cards you can play. So getting back your negates would be really cool. Any possible extra removals, because I definitely see them being a lot of extra cards in this set. For red, that's really gonna help the deck out. So that's a really cool card for the deck. Kineko the Fledgling. So 4-drop, 15,000. When you play a combo with this card, if your leader card is red Frieza Army card, you may choose 1 card from your hand and place it in the drop area. If you do, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards and it gains minus 5,000 for the duration of the turn. I don't see this card as that amazing, because you neg 1 by playing it and you neg another card. Don't see that being that amazing, but it is what it is. I guess you don't have that many options. Let's go into the next page. Here, first extra card. So there's no more creatures left for the deck. If your leader card is Frieza Army card and your opponent has 3 more energy, draw 1 card. And for the duration of your opponent's next turn, your opponent can't play battle cards with 20,000 power or less, unless they choose 3 cards from their hand and place it in their drop area as an additional cost. This card's really fucking strong. It's not that early, I guess, turn 3. But if you wipe their board, or even this really limits summoning, especially if you go first. You know what I mean? Your turn 3, you play this, lock your opponent out from doing stuff. Though I do hate the fact that it's 3 mana. Maybe it should have been 2 mana. 2 mana would be an extreme thing, but I don't know. This card could definitely see this card as being really good, because it basically makes your opponent neg 3, and that's when to play something on you. Going first, this card's amazing. Going second, turn 4 cards. They can't really summon turn 4 cards, but like, I don't know. I definitely can see this card being really good. And the new Frieza deck, the current Frieza deck, because the new Frieza 5-drop, the Final Showdown one, you have to use the effect. If you're going to use the effect, you have to use it on the first creature being played. Combo with this card, they can't waste your effect with some bullshit. So, and that's a neg 3 from their hand, which is cool. So I definitely see this card as being pretty viable in red. Frieza Army for control base. New model Scouter. 1 mana. Look at the up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 2 red Frieza Army cards with energy 4 or more among them. Add them to your hand and shuffle your deck. So this is basically a +1. You play this card, add 2 to your hand, so you neg 1 +2, which means +1 for 1 mana is pretty solid. Transcendent Strike. 1-drop. If your leader card is red, shoot up to one of your opponent's battle card with 20,000 or less and KO it. This card's fucking amazing. That fucking art is beautiful. Just requires a red leader, fucking Gogeta on there. I can definitely see this card being amazing foil, considering, like, look at this part right here, this blue right here. If they add, like, if you've seen Preemptive Strike foil, that card looks amazing foil, looks almost like a super rare in a sense. Imagine this card being foil with all that shit. I'm definitely, even if I don't super play red leaders, definitely gonna hands on the 4 of these foil. Well, my bad. This is the last red card. Is that all you've got? 1-drop counter attack. If your leader card is red, negate the attack. Then you may choose 1 red card from your hand and place it in your drop area. If you do, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, and they get minus 15,000 for the duration of the turn. That's really good. So you basically stop 1 attack and you fuck over 2 other attacks, or kill 2 creatures. Definitely looks really cool. Definitely a solid card. There we have it. There's Olive Red. This is the final color we have to do, and so on Friday, as soon as it's midnight, I will be dropping the S Super Rares if they post them. So have a good one, guys, and have a good night.